And we're now joined by the Bush Pole Award winner, and that is the driver of the number 22 for Team Penske, Joey Logano. If you have a question for Joey, please raise your hand and we will get you a wireless mic. We're going to start up here in the front with Jenna.
Hello, Jenna Fryer, AP. NASCAR showed us your glove today, and it was.
Geez, Jenna, you know we put it on the pole. You want to talk about that first, or do you want to go straight to that?
Were you wearing the glove today?
No.
Were you wearing the glove at the Daytona 500?
I was wearing my gloves, my SFI gloves.
Yeah. Roger said that he spoke to you, and he was very disappointed in that. It looked very blatant to us. When the team comes to you and says, "Wear this glove," you just say, okay?
I mean, yeah. You know, that's kind of how a lot of things work. And, you know, as a driver, you work with the team, and, hey, I'm going to take a portion of responsibility of that too, obviously. I put the glove on. You know, that said, I didn't build a glove and go make it on my own. I can't sew, okay? So, yeah, I mean, that's what it was, and you know, we have conversations about it. What I'm proud about as a team is that, you know, yeah, that was a tough situation for us. It was hard to go through and embarrassing for sure. But the fact that we got through it and just move on and focus on the next week, and we show that we have some speed in our race car and be able to put it on the pole here. It kind of says, to me, is a statement type lap. So proud of that.
Do you want to say if you had it in Daytona?
What's that?
Do you want to say if
No.
We'll go to Bob.
Bob Pockers, Fox Sports. I have two. The first is, did it, I want to say add motivation, but does it make this poll mean any more, the fact that you went out there and had speed without, we assume, any sort of...
Oh, I got plenty of motivation. Really, ever since you said I wasn't going to make the playoffs this year, I've had plenty of motivation, okay? So I'm in a good place.
And, you know, the thing about the glove is they say, well, you know, these things aren't tested for fire retardant and stuff. Like, do you feel like you put yourself in a sort of unsafe position?
No, I personally did not. If I ever, you know, I would never put myself in a situation where I feel unsafe. I have kids, I have a wife, I have a family that I care way more about than race cars. And yeah, no, I didn't feel concerned about what we did. I didn't race with it. So qualifying on speedways is pretty simple.
Jeff?
It's one thing to come out and have super speedway poles, but to do this at first downforce track, I mean, with the new car, are you surprised? Did you expect this to happen?
I didn't expect it when I saw our short run speed in practice. I was kind of like, this might not be where we need to be. We showed that we had a great long run speed. Our second run, we made an adjustment, went back out. It's like, oh wow, we're like really competitive. Car's driving pretty good. So I felt good about that. But our short run, like fire off, we weren't real fast. We weren't far up the board, and then barely made it through the first round. You know, just by the skin of our teeth there. But and then be able to, you know, make some adjustments. I was proud of what Paul and the guys were able to do to be able to make an adjustment, the car driving closer to perfect, and for the second round and be able to put it up here. I really didn't think after the first round we had a chance of putting it on that pole. So I'm proud of the adjustments that we made there. So we got some work to do tonight for sure, but the first pit stall's nice. Obviously starting up front for the Pennzoil 400 and the Pennzoil Mustang, huge for our race team. So that makes dinner tonight a little bit easier for me. So that part's good. And then we'll fire off tomorrow and hopefully get a little bit more short run speed and we can make our long runs really good. What's that?
Dinner with Pennzoil.
Yeah.
All right, we have time for two more. Joey's got to get up to the Fox booth, so we'll go there in the middle. We've got three. In the middle, Reed, and then Jerry. Go ahead.
Brian Twining, Betsworth's Media Group. Joey, we saw you do this last year, and then we all know how the race went. How optimistic are you about the new body style and what you got to see in the very limited amount of practice time that you guys will have the long run speed to maintain track position?
Yeah, we're still uncertain of what the new Dark Horse Mustang will be like. You know, it's really challenging to unload at a track like Vegas with limited practice where you can't change many things, right? We can't go throwing springs and stuff at this car. And you're going off of really not much like physical notes with this car, some of what we had last year, but the aero numbers are different with this car. And you're putting a lot of trust into what the wind tunnel numbers spit out and how much of it's real and how much of it is, fabricated or different. Like there's a lot of what ifs between sim world, wind tunnel world to reality. Is a lot of things that can be different. So really hard to make those changes to your car and getting that balance right. And so it took us a couple runs, obviously, to do that. We still got a lot to learn with the car, but yeah, good start for sure.
Go here to Reed.
Reed Spencer with the NASCAR Wire. Looked like the wind picked up quite a bit for the second round, and it also looked like from the Ghost car that you rolled 1 and 2 really well, and that's where you had the advantage over everybody else.
Yeah, gosh, I got to think it's wind that made the difference, because the first run I was pretty slow through 1 and 2 all the way through the corner. So I was like, man, only thing I could think of that changed for straightaway speed wasn't our change for no means. It was had to have been by the wind. Maybe I had a big gust the first run or something that held me back a little bit, because that just doesn't seem to make sense. If we were really good through 1 and 2 on the second time. The first time we're horrible through there. So you're wide open either way, right? So the only variable there is really the wind.
We'll wrap it up here with Jerry.
Jerry Jordan kicking the tires. I was going to ask about the wind, but I'll go to my backup question. I talked to Brad earlier, and he said the glove likely probably doesn't have that big of a deal, but it might make people feel better. Is it more important to feel better than to worry about the glove type situation?
I didn't feel better after it, I can tell you that much. So it's directionally better. How much better? Probably nothing. That's the part that hurts the most. It wasn't even worth it. So, yeah. It didn't do anything to speak of. It's directionally an area that everybody goes to try to block that hole. You see everyone put their hand there. We just try to cover more space.